Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lessons from Your Soul Reveal Reading with Traci Trimble. I'm Traci. As we wait for others to arrive, please allow me to share with you some of what's going on with me. I will start announcing this in just a couple days. So I'm excited to have the space here to do this. A couple things. First of all, I'm heading off on vacation. I am taking 2 full weeks away. So I leave on Friday and I return on the 3rd of September. So just keep in mind that I will be away. Hello, Deanne. Hello, Joe. It's great to have you guys here. Thank you for being here in person. I really appreciate it. My second announcement is that we are leaving many of the old technologies that just honestly don't feel good to me anymore. We are leaving Facebook and we are moving to the Mighty Network. I'm going to share with you guys what that means a little bit later on tonight. But I am also shutting down my website. So if you are someone who has ever done a program with me that has lifetime access, please know that you will continue to have lifetime access at no cost to you in the Mighty Network as we move through that between September and December. Hi, Janet. Hi, Angie. Great to have you guys here. Tonight in Lessons from Your Soul Reveal Reading, I'm going to be combining 2 of my classes. Hi, Patty. Good to see you. In the new membership community in the Mighty Network, I'm going to be offering, included in the membership price, a session called Messages from Your Body, or actually it's not going to be called that anymore. It's going to be called Listening to Your Body. And in it, I am going to be doing intuitive energy medicine treatments and information sessions for the community. And so what I'd like to do tonight is do some of that, listening to our body, but I want to tie it in to Lessons from Your Soul Reveal Reading because I'd really like to teach you guys that paying attention to your 2 sacred energies that you learned about in your Soul Reveal reading is a really, really important way to stay ahead of your frequency and vibration lowering. So by listening to those 2 sacred areas, you won't feel or think that your vibration is lowering, but you'll catch it way before it has the chance to do so. So that's what we're going to cover tonight. So hello, Tammy. Hello, Carolyn. Good to see you, Jessica. Hi, Mona, Shirley, Brandy. Good to see you here. Tonight is also the last night that this lesson from Your Soul Reveal Reading is going to be available in Facebook. As I mentioned a few moments ago, I am leaving the Facebook platform and I'm leaving the website platform, and I'm moving into the Mighty Network over the next few weeks while I'm on holidays. My team is going to have everything set up to have an easy transition. So once again, if you are already in a lifetime access program that you've already purchased, you will still be in that program. But over the next couple weeks, we are also going to invite you to my new membership community. And in particular, on the 26th, which is Monday the 26th, and yeah, I know, I'm on holidays. I'm going to be back from my retreat. I am inviting you to join me for a free hour all about what this new Mighty Network community is going to create, not just for me and my team, but for the thousands and thousands of people that I know that we're going to be gathering. Oh, hi, Mom. My mom's here, everybody. I'm so happy to have you here, Mom. Tonight, we're going to be doing messages from your body. So I want to talk about what that means. Let's imagine that in every given moment, our soul and ego are communicating, and that communication has the ability to be in our conscious awareness. By using our physical body as a translation tool, our chakras literally carry messages from the Akashic Record, from divine intelligence, from source, and they channel through each of those energies: crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, and root. Each of us has two sacred chakras. They have very specific jobs. Our first sacred chakra is our self chakra. This is the energy of the body being used to translate information to soul and ego. When we're not in alignment with our own truth, when we aren't activating our divine assignment, when we aren't walking our own path, when we're so concerned about what other people think, feel, and expect of us, then we're going to go out of alignment. And these chakras are going to share with us very important information. And one of the chakras is your sacred self. Now, if you've already had your soul reveal reading with me, you know exactly which of those chakras is your sacred self. If you don't remember, please reach out so that I can re-share that information with you. It's so essential that you understand that this area is going to activate itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb when you're not in alignment with your truth. And it's only going to do that messaging for so long, and then all of a sudden it's going to turn to pain. That pain's going to be dysfunction. That dysfunction can easily turn into disease. And so if we are listening to our body in general, and I'm going to show you how to do that, but if we're listening to our body specifically at the space of these two sacred chakras, again, one is self, and I'll tell you about others in just a moment, you are going to be consciously aware of being out of alignment before your frequency and vibration drops, before you need an annoyance, a pain, a dysfunction, or a disease to warn you. So again, our sacred self is the chakra of self, aligning us to our highest good, letting us know when our thoughts and feelings are not in our highest good. The second sacred self is others. This area activates when others are not in alignment with us, when their thoughts, their words, their experiences, their expectations of us are influencing the way that we're experiencing our reality. And so with self, so for me, my self is at sacral, between my belly button and my pubic bone. My other is at third eye, between a soft part on my forehead and the dip of my nose, all around this area. When those parts of my body have a reaction that is physical, the sooner I can experience it, the less likely is that I will go out of alignment, that I will have any discomfort at all. Oh, I'm saying woohoo to Lauren also, because in Australia, it's actually a different day. So I'm so glad that you figured it out. Welcome, Lauren. Welcome to Messages from Your Body. Tonight we are talking about how our sacred chakras guide us to stay in alignment with our truth. They use our physical body as a tool of translation. Soul and ego communicate through the physical body. When we're not in alignment with our energy, what happens is that energy gets blocked. That block creates a message. There are 4 types of blocks. The first is itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb. This is called an annoyance. If you're experiencing an annoyance, you are at the lowest possible influence of energy. So at that moment, energy is starting to drain from your physical experience. The second is pain. Physical pain is created because that blocked energy has manifested in the material realm. It is now affecting a part of your physiology. If that pain is ignored, it changes to dysfunction. That piece of physiology is exhausted. It's overwhelmed and it cannot function any longer. And finally, that weakened physiology is open for disease. That can be entity, attachment, non-beneficial energy, or literal disease. So let's imagine that we want to be in a state in which we are committed or devoted to listening to the messages from the body. So let's talk about what we need to know to enable us to listen to our body. So let's start with the chakras. The chakras are not a what. We've been told that they're spiraling balls of energy. That's like saying the sun is a ball of light. The chakras are literally sacred guides. Our 7 main chakras have incarnated with our soul in every lifetime and every timeline, in every incarnation. Their purpose is to guide us to stay into alignment with our truth. Specifically, I call that truth our divine assignment. And so each chakra has a very specific message that it in alignment and out of alignment sends. Most of us don't even recognize the in alignment. We don't walk around going, oh, my jaw, my throat chakra feels amazing. But we're very obviously influenced it when, oh, my jaw hurts. This does not feel good. So let's really quickly go through what the chakras are. My advice to you is know what the chakras are. In my new membership community on Mighty Network that's going to be launching at the beginning of September, included in your membership is an 8-part series on chakras. But more than that is I'll be offering a chakra certification. It used to be $329. We're going to be offering everything in the mini classes for under $100. A certification in chakra balancing for under $100. That's unheard of. So let's go through them quickly. At crown, so from that soft part of your head and above, your body is telling you that you are disconnected, isolated, and alone. So again, itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb is an annoyance, pain, dysfunction, disease. From the center of the forehead to the soft part of the nose, this is third eye, this is where your body is telling you that you're stuck in a disempowering story. It's controlling and compelling the way that you are thinking, perceiving your reality, and being able to connect to source. From the soft part of your nose to your clavicle and all of this area, this is throat. Incapable of speaking your truth. Essentially, what that means is that your thoughts and your words do not align with your actions or your inactions. From the clavicle to the sternum, so where the ribs meet just at the breastbone, including your arms, this is, all of them have organs, so everything in that space, but heart is lungs, it's your actual heart muscle, and it's the cervical spine, or that's not true, it's the thoracic spine. This is sadness, grief, and a perceived sense of loss of self. From your sternum to your belly button and that band all the way around, this is your solar chakra. Shame on the right side, unresolved anger in the center, and lack of awareness, lack of worthiness, lack of abundance on the left. From the belly button to the pubic bone, this is sacral chakra, guilt and blame. And from the pubic bone all the way down to the bottom of your feet is fear of not feeling safe, fear of not being safe, secure, or supported. So in any given moment, no matter the cause or the circumstance, where there is annoyance, pain, dysfunction, or disease, is a very clear message. So Joe, what about when you have an injury and there's residual numbness or pain even after physical healing? That has a lot of different messages, so it's going to depend exactly where it is in the body, but what it indicates is that we have avoided, ignored, and escaped the healing process. You may have healed physically, but you didn't heal emotionally or mentally. So underneath the surface of the skin or the muscle, there's still an element of pain and suffering that needs to be healed. And this brings up a great example. So thank you, Joe. This pain may have a cause. So for example, you can say, well, I slipped and fell and I landed on my butt and I hurt my butt. That's significant. You could have hit your head, you could have hit your elbow, you could have landed on your knee or your face, but you landed on your bum. Everything in this material plane has a physical meaning. That physical meaning first was created from being out of alignment with your intuition. You didn't trust your intuition, so you couldn't trust your body. You didn't trust your body, so you couldn't trust your intuition. A catch-22 or a chicken and an egg situation. And the challenge also comes from what we do to protect ourselves. So something could have happened and landed in my left hip, but I wasn't consciously aware of it. And to protect that, I now have a pain in my right shoulder. But that's creating a twitch in my eye. And so I would be at the twitch in the eye, I'd be like, oh, I have this story and illusion that I can't understand. And then I'm going to look outside of me for the information. But if we learn to sit in our own body messages, in silence, breathing, following the information, we can uncover a really powerful story. So in my new membership, I'm going to be offering a monthly 90-minute session where I literally ask you guys, where are you at? What's going on with your physical body? And as you share with me what is going on with your physical body, I'm going to ask permission to come into your body, and we're going to at the very least, find the rooted message, the actual cause, the energetic, spiritual, materialized cause. And if we can, in that very short period of time, we're going to do psychic surgery on it. And I will use my messages from the body book to make it even more expansive in the potential of what's causing that rooted challenge. And that will be included in your $38 a month membership. What can help you to figure out the true cause? Well, Shirley, thank you very much for asking. So I said there were 3 things. The 3 things are: know the chakras, develop an intuition, develop a connection to your body, a time every day that you sit in your body, your eyes are closed, and you're literally following where the body's taking you. It's never the first spot. The first spot is called the surface of the habits and the beliefs that are sick and tired of you not listening to your sacred guides and just start screaming. The second space is the surface of the actual trauma. It's where the seed that got planted blossomed in hopes that you would start listening. But the true issue is at the root, where the initial seed, the person, place, thing, scene, situation, scenario, thought, feeling, or expectation was planted, but it was completely out of alignment with your truth. Completely out of alignment with your truth. Shirley, it's not like Soul Healing Circle because we're not going to be getting to everyone, and it's mostly going to be focused on people are sharing with me only their physical symptomology. I'm going to tell them the story, and I'm going to give them homework if I can't do psychic surgery or a download. It is like Soul Healing Circle in so much as that we will be doing downloads and psychic surgery, though. And so again, for $38 a month, there is over $1,000 worth of sessions that you're going to receive. And if you are someone who has already done a course with me, you will have to pay nothing to still have access to that course. But if you're not a member, then you will not have live sessions anymore. I am not doing any live sessions outside of Mighty Network after the end of this week. Oh, Lauren, you should probably send me some information. Like you've just said, I have Crohn's disease, but tell me some of the places in your body that react, and I can give you some solutions. Absolutely. Crohn's disease, while it is a physical manifestation and it's been given a diagnosis and a name, it is very spiritual in nature. Crohn's disease, Hashimoto, chronic fatigue, almost anything digestive is going to be about the biome. And so here's another plug for my Mighty Network community. If you join my Mighty Network community in the next 30 days, you are also going to receive at no charge my course called Awaken Your Power. It's a 21-day quest, guided day by day, step by step, with 3 live activations. In that, Lauren, this is important for you, I'm going to teach you what the pineal, the heart, and the hara's purpose is. I'm going to teach you how to activate each of them in order to take back your power. And I'm going to show you how to use a superhighway and in Infinity Figure 8 superhighway energy medicine technique that you guys are going to be able to do in 90 seconds a day. And if you do it every day, it has the ability to heal disease. It has the ability to amplify being able to listen to your body. And it has the ability to completely change your perception of reality so that you find yourself in a higher frequency and vibration. And so for that $38 a month membership, you get that first quest free with me. But as a bonus and as members, those 3 weekly activations actually happen every week. And you guys will get those included in your membership. So Lauren, please send me some of your physical symptoms. I'm going to send you my email address. Yep, that's my email address. Traci@tracitrimble.ca. Please be patient in my reply because I am leaving Friday for 2 weeks of holidays. So if you can get it to me before Friday, I'll answer you before Friday. But if not, it's going to not be until September that we get in there. Okay, so let's go back to Shirley's question. What can we do? We need to understand at least the basics of the chakras. What do each of those 7 messages mean, and where in the body are those messages? Second, we need to have some sort of tool and technique for intuitively connecting to our body. For me, this is a process that we're going to do today, but it's literally a meditation where we hook on to the first physical symptom And we just follow it, and we follow it, and we follow it. But the third, this is called a body scan. The third thing that is really important is documenting the subtle messages that you're receiving. Because you may not recognize that for 47 days, this message has been coming to you. And another 20 days go by. So for 67 days, you've been getting a very gentle warning. Well, that warning changes into dysfunction really quick, even faster into pain. And finally, this is how disease is created in the human body, because we're not in alignment with our true frequency and vibration. And so what I'd like to do tonight is take one more minute to share with you some other really cool things I think you'll love about my new Mighty Network. And then we're going to do a sample of that class, the listening to your body class. For those of you who know that you are an empath or suspect that you are an empath, for that $38 a month, you are also going to have access to the empath support group. No additional charge. There is Qigong every week. There's going to be a really cool session headed up by Daniela Hess and Abby Layden called Soul Friends Circle, where we're actually going to do fun things as a group, individually obviously because we're remote, but ways in which we'll be able to connect as a group. Things like book clubs or quilting. So, for example, someone says, let's do a meditation that we learn to knit a square, and then you knit 12 of those squares. 11 of them you mail out to people in your cohort. You receive 11 and you sew together a little quilt. Or things like learning a new breathing technique or meditation. Things that are just, notice how when I think about fun, I'm like, ooh, a meditation or a new technique. And, Abby and Daniela are like, that's not fun. Tracy, we're actually going to do fun things. So I'm really excited. And here's a cool thing. And those of you who really know me will know that this is kind of a big deal. Wednesday is my day off, and it's my spiritual maintenance day. And I actually asked them to do Soul Friends Circle on either a Wednesday or a Friday, so that I'm not the teacher in it. I'm actually a participant. So I'm really looking forward to that. Some of the other things that your membership will include is we have over 30 meditations that will be included, and we have almost 30 mini classes that will be included. So it's going to be a ridiculous amount of awesomeness for an incredibly affordable price. And if you do decide to join me on Monday the 26th at 8 p.m. for a live Zoom to share all of these pieces, you are also going to be offered a really cool bonus. For $288 a year, and that won't change for you. If you're at that live session, you will be offered the $288 a year. So that's 33% off of the $38 a month. And I can't wait to introduce you to some of the wicked cool teachers that we're going to be gathering together. So I'm beside myself, and I'm sure my team is going to watch this tomorrow and be like, Tracy, you weren't supposed to tell anybody any of that. This is supposed to be the last lessons from your Soul Reveal reading. But I needed to tell somebody. I could not wait. This Thursday, I'm sharing it with my Earth School students, so I'm really going to get to be able to give them a really big gift, which is makes my heart sing. Shirley, will the classes we currently have access stay the same, or are they changing the program? The classes are the same, but they will only be available to members. Everything will be in the Mighty Network. And the coolest thing about the Mighty Network is it has its own Facebook feed. So it's just us, just our community in that Facebook feed, Facebook-like feed. There's direct messaging, and there's community events, and you get bonuses, like little coin thing, bonuses for showing up to things that you can use to get free stuff and it's my dream come true. I just needed someone else to help me build it, and that's what we've done. I've partnered with some incredible human beings, and we're making it happen. Shirley, you have taken everything, so you will have everything, absolutely. Everything is recorded, and replays will be coming, and Thursday, you guys will have 72 hours for the offer that I give to you guys, which is insane. I'm not going to share it now. I'm trying to bite my tongue not to share it now. And this wasn't what this is about. So let's stop that and let's get back into Lessons from the Soul Reveal reading, introducing our messages from the body. So let's bring this back to Lessons from Soul Reveal reading. In your Soul Reveal reading, you were told who your self guide is, one of the 7 chakras, and what it means to you. Here, in Lessons from your Soul Reveal reading, and it will be true until we close this page down, probably the end of September, there is a lesson called Your Sacred Guides. All of these lessons will also be in the membership container. But for right now, the lesson called Your Sacred Guides is really important for you guys to be able to listen to so that you really know who your sacred guide is. And so as we take Sacred Guides messages and combine it to messages from the body, what I'd like to do for everyone right now is do a demonstration of the new class that we're going to be offering. And we're going to start doing that by going into a little bit of, I don't want to call it a meditation, I want you to be a witnessing. So we're going to go into an opportunity to witness what's going on in your body. So I'll do a little bit of grounding, opening and connecting. I am going to ask permission to come into your bioenergetic field. So if the answer is yes, your hands are going to be palms facing up on your lap. Hands down means no, you're not comfortable with me coming into your biofield, and I don't have to come in to get message. I might not have to come in to get messages, so that's fine if you aren't comfortable with me coming in. We are going to do a little journey through the body, and then you're going to do a little bit of journaling. You can think of it as just writing shit down, or you can think of it as journaling. But I want you to pay attention to where the first main sensation was, where the second sensation was, and where the third sensation was, because that's going to give me what's called a story path. And I'm going to use that story path to tell you what it is that your soul and ego need you to get back into alignment with. Okay? So let's start by getting into a comfortable position. Your ankles and your knees are not locked over one another. We always want an unblocked flow of energy from Mother Earth all the way up the spine to the top of your head. Ideally, your eyes are closed. You're breathing in and out of your nose if that's comfortable. If it's not, that's okay. You're taking a deep, gentle inhale and exhale. And you're giving me permission to clear any entities, attachments, and non-beneficial energies. Beautiful. Give yourself permission to release the tension from behind your eyes. Release the muscles of your jaw. Move your neck in any way that you need to so that you can tuck your chin slightly. This allows your shoulders to move away from your ears and your shoulder blades to move down your back. Soften your lower belly and your back. You may need to breathe into this more than once. We tend to hold a lot of tension here. If you have a chair or a wall you can lean back into, give yourself permission to do this. We aren't in meditation. We're witnessing a body scan. Breathe into your buttocks. Allow your hips to open and your legs to get heavy. Your hands are palms facing up if I'm allowed to come into your energy, and down if I'm not. On your next exhalation, let's bring your breath and awareness to your root chakra. You're going to exhale and imagine that your metaphysical roots are growing deep into the core of Mother Earth. They're strong, they're thick, and they're deep. And you are tied to her core, connecting you to this timeline. Your body knows that you are safe, you are secure, and you are supported from within. Sink in to that knowing. I'm asking permission to activate what Yasui Teite calls Hanshaze Shonen, a sacred, no space and no time energy in which our souls meet equally and in alignment. As you inhale, you're opening the front of your body to love. And as you exhale, you're releasing through the back of your shoulder blades the energy of forgiveness. Inhale love. Exhale forgiveness. And as your heart opens, you give yourself permission to give and to receive love with kindness, with compassion, and with ease. On your next inhale, bring your breath and awareness all the way to the top of your head. Imagine, like a 1,000-petal lotus, that it opens up, creating a direct connection to your Akashic records. This energy is channeled down the silver hara line through your pineal, your heart energy, and your hara just behind your belly button. And in this moment, you are grounded to earth energy, your heart is open, and you are connected directly to Source. It's in this moment that I'm going to ask you to bring your breath and awareness to the very top of your head. I'm asking you to become the witness. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to understand. You're simply following the messages from your body. So drop into that first sensation, a simple ah, and a remembering of where in your body you are drawn to first. It could be just a simple magnetic attraction. It could be an itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb. It could even be a pain. Breathe in and out of that space. Give thanks to this surface habit informing you that there is a deeper issue. And on an exhalation, as the witness, follow your breath and imagination to the next location within your body. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to understand. Simply be aware. And remember where that second location is. Breathe in and out of this space. And on an exhalation, give yourself permission for the surface of the trauma to guide you to where the root of the trauma exists. This third and final destination. Be the witness. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to understand. Simply observe. Be aware. There it is. And remember its location. With your eyes still closed, give thanks for this information. Gently open your eyes, writing down the first location, the surface of the habits and the beliefs that have been trying to get your attention by being loud or the loudest energy. And then write down the surface of the trauma, that second location. And finally, let's move to the root of the trauma. This is the blocked energy. This blocked energy is first and foremost blocking self-love. But most importantly, it is blocking your intuition. It's become a filter, and your intuitive knowing is being filtered out. And it has now become a physical dysfunction. Take a few moments just to take any notes that you need to. I would love to hear what you experienced. And if you want to share the journey, share it with me as part 1, part 2, part 3. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on at a physical, material level, but also at an etherical, spiritual level. Many people say to me that they sometimes forget or they had no idea that physical is first spiritual. It's an intuitive knowing that we disregard. It becomes a mental incapacity, an emotional incompetence, and finally, physical. Physical annoyance, physical pain, physical dysfunction, physical disease. We have that many opportunities to heal our frequency and vibration, spiritual, mental, emotional, and not just 1, 2, or 3 physicals before it becomes a disease, but 4. We are warned 7 times that we are out of alignment. So that's a great question, Shirley. Will the third be lower in a lower chakra if it's physical? No, not at all. And it could start anywhere and go anywhere. but it often has a pattern starting at the top and moving to the bottom, and start at the bottom, moving to the top. But no, it could be different every single time. The lower chakras, well, they are more about the external manifestation. It doesn't matter in this particular case. All right. Let's talk to Tammy here. Okay, so the ball of your right foot, the ball actually is important. The second is your left hip. And the third goes back to your feet. Both feet, they've been loud for a long time. Both feet, one foot. You said feet, so I'm going to think that it's both. But just let me know if it's more right or left. So as you guys are putting your pieces together, let me share some key things that you need to know in general. Anything that's happening at the front of the body is about the present moment being projected too far into the future. Anything about the back of the body is being stuck in the past. Anything on the right-hand side is its others. So others are creating the energy that you are choosing to allow affect you. And left side is self. You are choosing to affect yourself with or without your awareness. And so more than telling me the chakra location, I need to know the actual discomfort, pain, or dysfunction, because that's going to be the story as well. So we'll come back to these guys in just a second. So your right foot, Tammy, is all about influential others because it's on the right-hand side. Our feet are all about being firmly planted in a foundation. Our foundations are intimate love, physical well-being, and finances. And so the ball of our foot is our balancing space. And so the first location says that you don't feel balanced in your intimate love, physical well-being, or finances, especially when it has to do with your influential others. The left hip is all about flexibility, but hip in particular holds the energy of the inability to forgive. Because it's the left side, you are unable to receive forgiveness from yourself for something that has happened in not having a balance in your intimate love, physical well-being, or finances. And that finally takes you back to both feet. You don't feel grounded. It means that you're not feeling safe, secure, and supported. So your intuitive message was you aren't feeling safe, secure, and supported, and you need to do something about that. Nobody else can make you feel safe, secure, and supported. Ground down into, and it shot up to your left hip. Cancel. Receive forgiveness from yourself and others for not being grounded in those areas. And then as it pops to the ball of the left foot, it's telling you what those areas are. Intimate love and or physical well-being and or finances. So chew on that for just a few minutes. I'll come back. If it does make sense to you, we'll see what we can clear. If it doesn't make sense to you, we'll figure it out. All right, so Patty, I'm just going to go down here to see if you gave me any additional information. You did not, so let's do this. Okay. Okay, so Patty, third eye is going to be stories and illusions. Our hands are actually our most powerful energetic components. From our meridians, our life force energy moves from our heart through our arms down into our hands. In energy medicine, it's called hands-on healing because the palms of our hands are a very radiating energy. The pads of our fingers are a laser beam energy. So stories and illusions are stealing from you your energetic healing power. This goes down into dull cramps in the womb area. I don't know if that's front or back. So at the front, either way, or right or left, those would be good things to know. At the right, it's blame. At the left, it's guilt. At the front, it's in the present moment, not being able to move into the future. And if it's at the back, it's getting stuck in the past. So stories and illusions that your power has been stolen are being created by guilt and blame. This is an important story for you. Again, same message as I had with Tammy. Digest that for a few minutes. If you don't understand it, we'll come back to it. If you do understand it, then we'll clear it when we get into our energy medicine. So Jessica, middle back across the shoulders is where we hold on to a refusal to give up what we said we forgive. We've said, I forgive that, but we tuck it in the back of our shoulder blades, and it becomes this band. Think of a piece of wood underneath the back of your shoulders. You can't move. You're literally rigid. So you are not giving, you are not letting go of what you said you forgive. The left temple is third eye, so stories and illusions. But on the left side at the temple, that is literally the sacred space where your personal creativity is channeled through and from. So ego's ability to connect to your sacred creativity is being stolen by saying you forgave something, but you didn't. And that sends the energy down into both hands tingling. This means that your power, your source-given gift to energetically heal yourself or your loved ones with your hands is being taken from you. So let's do that again. Saying you forgave something is stealing the channeled sacred creativity that lets you use your hands to heal. Chew on that for a moment and then get back to me. Shirley has left neck at the back. Depending exactly where it is, Shirley, we have a ganglia of nerves here that is the first seat of information being channeled. It's the first filter of information being channeled from source. Depending on where it is, C4. So it's about your identity being stuck in the past. So you're stuck in a past identity. It's time to move forward into your new identity. The left side just above your waist at the back. Left side just above. Okay, so that's going to be lack of awareness, lack of worthiness, and lack of abundance is controlling your perception of the past. And the left back hip, the incapacity to give yourself forgiveness for not moving forward when you needed to. Chew on that for just a few minutes, and then I will get back to you guys. Carolyn, the top of your shoulders and your jaw are tense on both sides. So this is all throat chakra. That tense on top of your shoulders is the weight of the world. But because your jaw is tense also, it's the weight of the world being created by not speaking your truth. You're not speaking your truth to others because of the right side and to self because of the left side. As you drop down into your chest, that's sadness, grief, and a perceived sense of loss of self. When we cry, we are either pulling pain up from our heart or we're pulling stories down from our third eye. And so this weight of the world on your shoulders because you're not speaking your truth is creating a perceived sense of loss of self. And the lower front belly, pronounced, bulging. I want you to imagine that you're literally holding on to the guilt and or the blame. The fat that we carry at sacral, yes, thank you. The fat that we carry at sacral chakra is that which we are unable to let go of. Guilt is an implosion of shame. It's all my fault. I have to keep it. Blame is an explosion of shame. It's everybody else's fault. It's not mine, but I am not going to let go of it until they change or do something about it. So chew on that for a few minutes, and then we will move through. And I don't know how to. Oh, there we go. Okay. Why isn't that going? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so Mona, neck pain, left side. So it's going to be about self, and I'm just going to check in. C4. So C4 is also about self-identity. So in this moment, you are not connected to your true identity. You're getting a headache on the right-hand side, so that means that other people's stories are blocking you from living in your unique identity. And as it comes down into the stomach, above or below the belly button is going to matter, but I'm going to just ask above or below. So we're going to do below. Pain in the stomach on the left side is what I just mentioned. Guilt on the right, no, cancel that. Blame on the right-hand side, guilt on the left-hand side. And so, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, blaming other people's stories is creating a disconnection with your true identity. Okay, so chew on that for just a moment. All right, so Lauren, a headache at the top. This is going to be disconnection, isolation, and loneliness. Moving into the right thumb, there's a poking feeling. Each of our individual fingers have a very specific element that they represent. And our thumb is the universe. So in this moment where all of the power, all of the energetic, mystical power that is within our hands comes from the universe and from each of the four elements. Right now, what's happening, I just need to know what thumb it is, the right thumb, so others, so disconnection, isolation, and a loneliness from others is stealing your ability to channel from the universe. And your tummy feeling need to poop is you feel like you have to get that out of you. I'm going to tell you this information. It's too much information. I apologize. But every time I pee or poo, I say thank you for letting go of everything I no longer need. Because it's not just the physical waste you're eliminating. It's the spiritual, it's the mental, it's the emotional. So in this moment, imagine that if we turn it around, your body, so tummy is going to be guilt and blame. The guilt and blame wants to leave. It's literally disconnecting you from the universe. And so you are now experiencing disconnection, isolation, and loneliness. Okay. So right between the eyes, Patty, that's going to be the most intense because self stories and other stories meet right at pineal. And it's at pineal where the first messages are channeled. They're filtered through throat to deposit at heart. They're filtered through sacral to deposit, they're filtered through solar to deposit at the hara. Okay. Okay, so pleasure as a first sensation but so Jana, sorry, pleasure at the first sensation, but not pleasure at the second and third. Is that right? Right. Okay. Perfect. All right. So I'm just going to ask permission to come into your bioenergetic field because sometimes we use pleasure in order to avoid, ignore, escape, and that is very often a surface habit. So that pleasure, even though it was pleasure, your soul and ego knew that we were communicating for this. I want you to imagine that you are avoiding, ignoring, and escaping a reality. And that reality is that you don't feel safe, secure, or supported somewhere. And you're trying to, at a subconscious level, plaster that in pleasure so that you don't have to recognize exactly where that lack of safety, security, or support is coming from. Your right knee is all about subservience, having to be a slave to others, specifically your influential others. So that's going to be your intimate love, your parents, your children, or anyone in your social infrastructure, which could be the place that you work, your neighbors, your friends, your family, etc. And then at throat, it comes to tell you that you're not in alignment. Your thoughts and your words are not coherent with your actions and your inactions. And so that's the places that I would look specifically for that. Guys, I do have to get to my next class, so I'm going to go through Katie, and then I'm just going to whip through these other ones, but I have them here. So Jody and Rhonda, I am going to get you guys to please just copy and paste that and email it to me, and I'll get back to you guys tonight, 100% for sure. So Katie, between your belly button and your pubic bone, more to the right side. Okay, so that's solar for me. So solar is shame. So the energy of shame is becoming uncomfortable. Then and it's at the front. So that energy of discomfort with the shame is blocking you from moving forward. Mid-back center, this is all about our foundational pieces. Again, you're going to find these at root. You're going to find them at the lower back, like almost at the psoas. This is our foundation for human existence. Intimate love, physical well-being, and finances. And with both arms tingling is usually an indication that something has not been healed. And so again, heart is sadness, grief, and a perceived sense of loss of self. So let's work that backwards. A perceived sense of loss of self within the intimate love relationship, within the physical well-being, and or within the finances is creating an inability between the belly button and the pubic bone. So that's going to be, I told you shame, between the belly button and the pubic bone. That's blame. My apologies for that. I apologize for that. So a sadness, grief, and a perceived lack of self created by intimate love, physical well-being, or finances is creating blame, which is the right side of sacral. Now, play around with those things, guys, to also know where your sacred guide is in all of this. This is messages from the body. At this moment, that's what it's being called. It might be called Ask the Doctor. We haven't figured it out yet. But this is going to be an ongoing part of our membership community. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who joins me live. But just as much gratitude for those of you who have been joining, watching. We are averaging between 300 and 400 views of these each week. So I'm really grateful to all of you for being here. And I hope that you will join me on the 26th of August on a Zoom call to share with you all of the things that the new Mighty Network community is going to be. I'm going to whip through here really quick. Oh, it can be from the past too, Jessica. Pay attention to whether or not it's more in the front or the back when you think of it, and that will tell you. Jody, what Raynaud's is in the fingers and the hands is actual blocks. So thoughts, beliefs, experiences, that your energy isn't being manifested, that what you're creating isn't being manifested. Okay, guys, I do have to get to my self-mastery community class right now, but thank you for being here. I'm so grateful to have been doing this over the last few months, and I can't wait to have lessons from your soul reveal reading going on in the Mighty Network, as well as messages from your body, listening to your body, or ask the doctor, who knows what it's going to be called, but we'll figure that out in the next couple of weeks. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.